any challengers at all. We expected them to go through at the very beginning. In any case, Haven will start things off. We got the agent select already, exactly what we expected from T1. 100 Thieves lagging a little bit behind, but it is the same that they ran against NRG.
Not to mention, we also have a battle of the brains. There's a lot of brains on the 100 Thieves side, but we've got Dazed, we've got Steel. Ooh, this is gonna be spicy.
Former teammates.
Yes,
Former teammates. They used to battle in IGL ability. Like, they used to literally make videos against each other after they stopped being teammates and played a bunch of rank S and whatnot. They literally were like, I think this way, Steel thinks the other way. And now here they are facing off for elimination. I mean, that's crazy. Good friends, of course. And now here for elimination, they're going to have to bring one of them down.
You know, we also talk a little bit about this new addition of Ethan, what that does to Dicey, what does that mean for Asuna. But I think really the highlight story today for 100 Thieves has been Hiko. Clutch after clutch after clutch. His positioning is on point in the retakes and in the post plant on the defensive front. Yes, we saw that absolutely nasty ace on bind, but Hiko has been so consistent in a 1v many scenario. And that is a scary thought for T1. You know, they've been a little bit, you know, rocky, especially up against FaZe, taken down 2-0. This is going to be a lot for them to overcome up against 100 Thieves.
T1 100 Thieves, map number 1, pistol round underway already. Fault lines exchange over towards A Lava. Spider's getting a little aggressive. Yes, he gets a couple tags. He has the tailwind out. And he spots the hit coming before it even starts. That slows things down for 100 Thieves.
Got the frenzy in hand, no armor. We obviously know that this is the most recent patch 2.03, the frenzy patch, where it has gotten a little bit more expensive, and the changes to the stinger as well. But still, having that in the hand here for Spider, already using the tailwind as well, that means the 100 Thieves are going to direct their attention towards the C site.
And they clear into garage, and they do spam it. Yes, Ethan knows Curry can play that angle. They clear it out, but they back off, back over towards B. Still a lot of players outside of A, and Daze will walk up with a frenzy. Not going to find anything. Steel will put him down. Now Asuna and Ethan do a link. Spider's going to challenge. He wins it. And still more to find.
Oh, the swing here from Ethan. Still Skadoodle pushes forward. Ethan with the 3K. The spike goes down. Automatic, the last player standing, but it's 100 Thieves territory as they'll get that spike planted and now just sit nice and cozy in the post plant. Automatic smoke up and running. He's got a paranoia as well. He's got a tall task, 1v4. You see the tendrils of 100 Thieves. They're starting to spread out.
The camera up, 2 flashes as well. And still challenges right as the smoke drops. No chance for automatic there, and they pick up the frenzies that T1 brought into that round. Nice pistol from 100 Thieves. The split, well, that went a lot of different ways. They started off at A. We already got Spider dashing away. He spotted the info that they might have been coming A early. Then they push in the garage with the boom bot from Asuna. Then they back over towards B and just rush down towards A link while the rest of the players are pushing up sewers. So a nice split through another site entirely.
Steel also finds a pick to open up that idea again of hitting that A site. I think it was Furry that was pushing up a little bit forward alongside Spider. But now a new round, a new day, second round conversion here for 100 Thieves. T1 not going to force up. They'll wait for that third round to play the game, but still Spider, once again, we'll have to see how often he plays towards his garage side, because this is the second time he's playing such a weird position that we don't normally get to see. The sight hit, it's quick, it's easy. It's also beautiful color girl. Skadoodle will also fall as well, down to just Curry. Last man standing, the anchor for the C site. It should be 100 Thieves round.
Dude, it feels like forever that we've gotten a Breach Mirror matchup in NA. Like, literally forever. We see it all the time in EU, but all I'm hearing is just the flashes over and over and over. They get exchanged. 100 Thieves wins the round pretty nicely, pretty easily. And we'll have a gun round now. Spider with a Phantom. No operator just yet. And it's a full bonus for 100 Thieves. This could be really, really nice for them. Not a single one of those guns lost, I believe. So, yeah. If they do well here, they're going to start to roll in terms of economy, which was a different story for NRG. In that game, it was post plant after post plant after post plant. So NRG, even though they lost a couple of rounds, were constantly buying back into those. And that ended up costing a lot. That ended up making the game really, really much closer than it should have. Just because of the economy. Quick garage control now for Asuna.
Also already used the Roomba to clear things out. The tripwire is broken, and that's going to trigger some T1 membership to rotate back around. The tripwire here for Spider over towards that garden side, but the hit's coming fast for Asuna. Flashbacks to get him in, but still waiting for those audio cues. Automatic in a lot of trouble. Nitro and Asuna will decimate. Now the 5v3. This is the gun round for T1 that is slowly slipping away.
Those flashpoints exchanged into completion, and Steel's on the flank still holding Spider back. The bonus looks good. That last flash to take down the player in the back of sight was just so perfectly timed, and they even get Skadoodle back down as well. Garage control. So even if Dazed and Skadoodle found some sort of, long flank or something. Okay, Dazed. Okay, Dazed. He still has to save because only 22 HP and obviously time ticking. Steel is going fast for him, and he might actually be able to spot him if he exposes himself to the window.
Wait, you thought the rivalry was done? You thought they were friends? Come on now! Come on now! Steel! The shot through the wood there, up in heaven, will find the frag. Regardless of how much damage Dazed did, that was even more damaging for T1. They lost the gun round. That's 3 in a row. And as you highlighted in that second round, a flawless bonus. The economy is going to start to balloon so huge here for 100 Thieves.
Still obviously a chance to break. Really like that defense setup from Automatic and Curry on the C site. Double cage, Automatic lurks back over towards the double stack box in the back. And the delay, almost enough for him to pick up a couple, but that flash was just so perfect from Nitro. So perfectly timed, right as 100 Thieves came around the corner. And that's gonna hurt. Curry getting tagged the box.
A little bit of a respectful default here for 100 Thieves. Curry, he's getting bullied around a little bit though, as you saw with that shot through the box, but he's got help now. Help is not going to be as strong as he would hope. 100 Thieves, they've done their early round homework. Now it's time to finally execute. Fault line towards sewers, towards that B site. No one's going to bite. Utility going to be picked up. Drone to try to clear out the sewers side.
It's incredible how much noise you can make with just one breach player. Over towards the site. Look, everybody's gone. That camera not even being tagged. They're faking A and coming back towards C right away. Just because of one flash, a drone out from the Sova, and Asuna clears the back of site. They're gonna be able to get the plant down. No more flashes. And he will plant all the way in the back. Maybe some time wasted. He might actually fall to the aftershock. Yes, Skadoodle's got him.
That's a great opening pick. Here's the ult as well from Dazed. Hunter's Fury finds its mark. Right onto Steel, down to the 3v5. Flash, Nitro is ready. There's Skadoodle on the opposite front, hides behind the cover. The shot's good. Hiko on the opposite front as well. Another shot's going to come easy to him for Ethan. Automatic's still going to participate down to the 1v2, but eventually T1 will fall, not before doing some heavy damage to 100 Thieves' economy.
Two things about that round. The fake from Nitro with just literally a flash pulling everybody over. Of course, they are going to rotate faster because they were only on sheriffs and basically low economy. A save round for them. So, of course, they want to stack over to the site and gamble a little bit there. But you saw Dazed, actually the first ult of the game online on the team that is 0-3 in that round. Now 0-4, but that almost turned the tides. Because of that 3K on the exit the round prior, and because Steel was able to chase him down, he got 4 ult points in just that one round. Could have turned the tides, but Asuna with the drone. Skadoodle tries to be a little cheeky by jumping through Sinatra-esque on the smoke, and he pays for it. They get garage control for it as well, and now a lot of ults available for 100 Thieves.
Well timed. Now the 4v5 ultimate's still here for 100 Thieves that they can use to break open a hit onto a site. Securing this round would continue that economic power that 100 Thieves have started to consume, a spirit bomb, if you will, of economy. Showstopper, Hunter's Fury, Spider here with the op. If this falls this round, that's going to be an expensive drop.
Dude, I'm saying Austin just satchel around in the spawn while they rotate over. So there's this A side. And that is going to be where it's at. No noise this time except for an owl join. And look at the position of Ethan. He's going to be able to smoke from over here. No. Straight up from the shadows into heaven. If he gets canceled, he's going to go back. No, he goes commit. He full commits. Asta underneath, and he misses. Curry's here with 2.
Oh, just right the tip. Curry with 3. Can he find another? No, Hiko converts, but Ethan, he'll drop down to 84. The 2v3. Paranoia. Here's the swing. There's the player. There's darkness all around. It's Ethan. Headshot commits. The spike, it's being planted. Automatic with the backstab, but still one player remains. Automatic and Spider will take apart 100 Thieves and secure their first round of the half.
Curry with 3 from range down in the dark. And he makes it hurt for 100 Thieves on the late execute. Something that we expected to happen the round prior, but instead they went all the way back towards C. Did it a little bit earlier in the last one, though. And this one comes down to the final. Ethan from the shadows all the way into heaven. I wonder if that lurk would have been actually better. In any case, he jumps out, and he had time for the 1v2, but not quite able to convert on the 2 kills that he needed. Wonder if this could be another garage control. No, it's gonna be a peek into mid this time. Asuna, you cannot. Spider's on top of the box. He tries to get the info, but he falls before it. They might challenge again with the breach flash.
You might hear indeed. Jump peek for Steel. Pushes Spider off the angle, but he repeats. Shot's good onto Steel. He's going to back away. Now the 5v3 is still going to push on in. Ethan finally finds Spider, but the web remains. 100 Thieves are caught in the process. Aftershock will push them off the plant. And this B site's still not safe to get the spike down.
Curry on the big flank. They don't have space here. They don't have the knowledge. Only 3 left. Trying to get up in that B site, but Curry gets nitro and he doesn't peek for extra. Ethan now on site. Might be able to get the spike down and TP over towards A. There's a fault line out as well. He might just go for it. If he doesn't spot any more info, but unfortunately, he goes stuck.
The
Days grabs another as well. Automatic will clean it up. Spider's starting to feel himself. Curry's starting to feel himself. T1, while they lost the first 4, those last 2 look good. 100 Thieves, though, they went in that B site with confidence.
Yeah, they definitely did without using a lot of utility to clear the possible angles that Spider could be. And now that they know he's got the op, he might be a little bit safer. Initially, we saw a lot of that Spider presence towards the A side. Well, guess what? It's back in action. Curry, back to the C site with you, no longer anchoring the A site. Mind you, that's where they found most of their success. But 100 Thieves might be surprised to see Spider on the peak here.
And that economic advantage for 100 Thieves wiped out. Oh, the pressure on that side still find Days, though, early. Trying to peek down long A to help Spider get a pick. Neural theft out, though, and that actually might give them... Oh, Steel already knows. Steel already knows! He almost gets a second, but Spider responds. And it's all good. Paranoia coming in and rolling thunder.
The red carpet's out and Spider is down in the dust, but Skadoodle still here alive. 2 picks come easy automatic from heaven. And that's exactly where he's going to send Hiko. Down to the 1v2 Ethan, all on his lonesome. Still want to get the spike down here. Smoke will subside. Paranoia through just for the swing is good, but he's got his knife out. Curry cooking up a storm as T1 bring us 3-4.
The last round, Curry flanked the B window, so he expected the same sort of thing happening from Curry this time. Given that A site was being played from Spider and Days, but the gamble does not work out. The calculated risk for Ethan. And 100 Thieves' economy is fully wiped. They're only on frenzies and pistols. A good attempt at an execute, but Skadoodle too strong, automatic too strong. The double peaks together at the same time, and he holds. Spider too, with the early entry onto Steel, who started to, push very, very fast. Another peek over out of A lobby again through the cage. They push him back, at least for now.
Should expect a little bit of a faster hit to come through for 100 Thieves, considering it is the eco round for them. Finally, that mountain of gold has been stolen by a couple of pesky hobbits.
But look at they push over towards A, but look at where Spider is. Spider peeking the door already early in the round. He has a dash, he could get away, no problem. He's gonna find one, yep, maybe go for more, no. Instead just walks away with no problem whatsoever. This Aldrin will give info too. Actually, that site is open. They might be able to get a nice spike down if they get that info, but it doesn't actually clear the back site, so.
Spider still with the angle here. The action about to commence. Fault line does push him off the angle, but the blades come through. Automatic with one. Should be around to clean up on. He actually manages to make it to plat as they're still blinded. Aftershock, not going to make it any easier. Spider goes up, has a couple of players caught in his web, but Hiko only managing to take down one as T1 will tie us up. Now the gun round for 100 Thieves. Do they answer back here to regain that lead? It's been 4 for 4 on both fronts.
And the momentum has shifted ever since that Days 3K where he tried to save his gun. That is when the tides changed for T1. That is when it ended up coming online. Next round, Itsy Bitsy Spider goes way up with the operator as well. So things are starting to look very good for T1. And 100 Thieves needs to find an answer back into this.
Now that water spout is icy. He's dripping. He's got the juice, and so does Dazed. Hunter's Fury to open up, trying to get a couple of tags, see where those players are, but won't find any frags. Flash off the angle here for Spider, but he can just re-peek it. If he takes a little bit of time, that was the bait. No one's going towards that A site.
Okay, the first shift here from 100 Thieves over towards C. Smoke already down on spawn, a paranoia as well. Asena's gonna get a lot of space. Ult in the back of sight as well, and Curry faces and loses. So Asena still now left by himself in grass. Is there potentially a flash possible? No. He just goes around towards Spike, or towards B. Spike now planted, and they've got a setup to deal with the retake from T1.
4v5, Spike ticking. T1, the onus is on you to push in. It starts with a fault line, but how will the story end? Automatic, slow moving. It's the wraparound. But still, Steel is in a beautiful position. If you dare try to flank us, I will be your demise. Still, automatic smoke off towards that long side. Now the action starts to come through. Daze finds one, but Nitro will answer back. Spider still now having control of the site itself. T1 are slowly making their way in. Steel in with the flank. The shock dart. One more. Spider able to answer back. It's up to have the shock dart, and Spider will fall. Hiko stalls for long enough, and 100 Thieves secure yet another round.
Oh my goodness, that half spike timing is so scary. When you know it's halved, you have to try. You have to try, and he doesn't barely make it with 52. Oh my God, 0.52 on the clock. That's a butt clencher. 100 Thieves, finally they break. 4 and 4 they go, and now 5-4. As we close this half, a couple more rounds left to go. So that was the shift, okay? They were pushing towards A lobby a lot in the last time. Pushing through that cage in a couple of different rounds. This time they take all the way up to cubby control on C. And because they find a gap, they just push it. Curry is there trying to face from a garage because they've been cheating a little bit more towards A. This time it's different the way that they approach it. Automatic pushes sewers. And that's gonna be first contact on A. Hopefully you can get and find one because you already see Skadoodle rotating, but Asena cleans him up, and now things are really interesting. That's the first entry twice now for 100 Thieves.
There's still a lot of membership here from T1. Smoke goes down for Ethan, but it's not going to do anything because already the players have crossed in. 100 Thieves, a little undecisive on where they want this spike to go. Showstopper available, but nothing else is really in the tank in terms of what ultimates can be expended this round. So Asena, if he really wants to break open onto this site, he needs to find a pick. It'd be lovely if it's two, and he needs to find one. Recon bolt, not going to spot them out. Here's the swing from Skadoodle. He's down with a headshot still. Two members here on the site with Curry now starting to rotate over. Spider with the shot, the angle, but it's not enough. But Dazed right out the window. He's going to find two, but still the 3v3 Bala.
Absolutely beautiful hold from Dazed and Spider there. Spider peeking down below, Dazed from heaven. They stack up on each other, and 100 Thieves has no response to it. They lose a couple, but they still have space on C because of Ethan's lurk, maintaining this presence. That might have been the play the entire time. Now this 3v3 will start off. He's gonna spot Teddy TP out. No, he's gonna face. Curry will take him out. Now 100 Thieves deep. I don't know if there's any cages left or what, but it is planted for them.
Nitro. It's really up to him. Eco's just going to delay, but it's being defused. It's so to have Eco through the smoke. One more, give it to him. 100 Thieves up by 2.
The 100 Thieves Boomer duo combines again. Every single time I feel like these guys are alive, they will make it work in the clutch. 6-4 now. 2 rounds in a row. 2 round successes on the C side. That one was dangerous though, because it started off towards A. Spider and Daze with a beautiful setup. Heaven and down on default. Gets 2, but they're not fast enough on the rotate. They're not fast enough to actually maintain the C side. And that is what is so tricky about this Haven. Odin bot, or Ares bot for steal.
Are you surprised?
Back to his old tricks. Yeah, I'm not at all. Once again, Asuna wins the fight over towards A. Last time it was automatic and not Spider. So T1 lose all momentum, it feels like, for 3 rounds in a row. Early in the round, first blood goes to 100 Thieves.
Curry, once again, you're tasked with holding down the C side. And I know it's not easy. 100 Thieves, they've been bullying you, tagging you through the box, getting rid of your traps. But Automatic is here to save the day. A great angle, but the TB will be easily punished from Asuna. Still the 3v5. T1 will find one in Skadoodle, but still one more. The Curry's, ooh, not good enough though, as Ethan will trade. Aftershock for Ethan has to escape. But 2v3 a little bit more doable now for T1, but still the weapons are less than ideal. Oh, now things are starting to come up. Millhouse, dazed, finds one. Ethan with the cross here. The shot's good, down to the 1v2. But now the Hunter's Fury, it tags one. Dazed is going to be able to find at least one for now, but now it's the 1v1. Ethan trying to push up through garage. Things have slowed down, but the swing is about to come. There's the shock dart, the swing, and Ethan, well timed, as the arrow will not come through for Daze, and 100 Thieves will be up by 3.
Aggressive for Ethan too. His fight was down on C, and he goes for the fight anyways in the 1 versus 1. He goes for it outside of garage, and for good reason. Daze not necessarily expecting him to peek off of that shock dart instead. 3 in a row for 100 Thieves. That time was interesting. That was T1 executing down mid. Automatic was in a precarious position, and his team tried to bail him out. Instead of just TPing away, because moments after that, they could have peeked the window. So they commit to the fight. Curry through the door. Skadoodle up at the top. There you go. There you go. But that might be actually purchased now for Austin to go up. C, thankfully, there's a cage at the wire as well. Drone through. They're going to go for it.
Curry's in a great spot. Finds one. Can he find another? He can. Automatic's there to help. Still the swing. Nitro will pick up the slim pickings off the floor, but Automatic is there as well. The Hunter's Fury all down to Hiko in a 1v3. We've seen him pull off some magic before, but it's difficult now. It's different. It's Spider. It's Automatic. It's Dazed. Shock Dart coming through. Not going to tag anybody. Still, now the Owl Drone comes through. This is where matters get even worse, but he doesn't get tagged. The Recon Bolt's going to spot him out. Shock Dart's going to make it worse. 94 HP. One on the plat. That's the first swing. Blades don't connect. One more around the corner. They're stacking. Hiko with one. Hiko with 2. One more available, and he's got 40 seconds. He knows where Spider is. But now, time has passed. He needs to re-swing. Spider's there, and he finds him. That was a little too close for comfort. Ladies and gentlemen, what a round for T1.
What a half, too. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we get the conclusion of this absolutely amazing.
K was going to be enough for T1, but 100 Thieves still snake away a slight lead as we now move on into the second half pistol. An opportunity here, Bala, for T1 to tie us up with that first and second round conversion off the pistol.
A couple of clutches to respond to the 4-round streak that T1 put on, and from none other than Hiko and Nitro. Both Nitro and Skadoodle playing Breach, the mirror matchup, and it's been explosive and blinding at times. Spider gonna go quick up. Nitro's here to respond. He only has a classic. There's a frenzy. It doesn't matter for the burst. Ethan also stuck. Nade's coming out. Not gonna do too much. They're actually on the site though. Skadoodle in the back line.
Oh, with the frenzy of all things, but he goes also there. A little bit separated. Now, the defense, they're going to be pushing in from the side that the offense probably don't expect. Daze does spot one, but does he know Asuna is still there? They've got to deal with Eco. They've got to deal with Steel. So far, it's not going to work out onto Steel, but still 2 members remain. Automatic's got good juice here with the Classic. Now, Shock Darts come through. They're low. They're injured. They're down and out, and they're down bad, but Automatic is still alive. Both members still severely injured, but the smoke is going to make matters worse, but it's Eco, ladies and gentlemen, as 100 Thieves come out with the win on the pistol.
It feels like a different story for 100 Thieves here in Challengers 3. It feels like they are hitting their clutches. That was the kind of story in Challengers 2, was they were losing almost every single one of them. You remember against LG, they were losing them to Moose. They were losing them against Sentinels as well. So many different styles here being employed as well. Skadoodle and Nitro was the mirror matchup that I wanted to mention because both of them are champions in their own right. And both of them right now have been putting so much impact on the rest of the team. Yes, they might stand at the bottom of the leaderboard, both of them. Not the game that Skadoodle had against NRG, but still, you could see everything revolves around some of their flashpoint usages. And on pretty short notice for Nitro as well. It feels like only a week since we found out that they'd be switching him off of the Omen.
Yeah, and for all things, a chance to qualify for Masters. He gets, you know, I wouldn't say a week of practice. He might have been practicing other agents in rank, you know, who knows, right? But to be put into that world in the competitive play, the action, though, gonna start things off here in the garage side as 100 Thieves will bunker down and eliminate the invasion. 2 members down here for T1, but they're gonna try again potentially at this garage push.
So well read, though, from 100 Thieves. To have 3 players here. I think you obviously have the camera down over there from Steel, and maybe a couple peeks towards A lobby indicating that it's going to be grass or C. Asuna left, maybe on his own. No, Nitro's still here. Ooh, that was almost cool. That was almost really cool. Automatic with a flank on garage from C. But instead, he gets shut down. Asuna's aware. He falls, but 100 Thieves stay alive with 4.
That was so close. The fact that Automatic got that amount of space, they were all bunkered down in garage, waiting for them to push in like a couple of golds. But Automatic wrapped around from the long side. And if he finds Asuna there, then they can push in and swing on the other member that's up in the window. And then that's a completely different round. But alas, 100 Thieves up by 4. The gun round not going to be coming in here for T1. As that was that a little bit of a force up that we saw? That's
had to be
a little dangerous now with potentially 100 Thieves now going up to double digits after this one.
Sheriffs again on the round for T1. Goes spotting in towards mid. Have the trap bar in the front of B, so you expect him to give it up and play more towards Asuna. But also giving up C and no garage presence at all. I mean, sure, they're in the window, but they can't even spot if anybody comes out of C. Oh no. There's Ethan all the way down to the covey. I didn't even spot that. He's so close. The attackers. Could get awkward if a lot of players end up flooding up C-Long, but for now it doesn't look like it's the case. It looks like they want to go again for the garage play. Eco is in the window. Spider will one sheriff him down. Automatic gets the kill on the Ethan too, though. That's on the cubby. C is open right now. Asuna has to hold on if they want this round.
And he's got the flank coming in here from Automatic, but he decides to back away. This is 100 Thieves pulling their membership for this potential C hit. They lost 2 members. They lost Ethan, they lost Eco. It makes sense to pull some of that membership off and leave Steel to anchor down the A site. But with caster vision, we know that is where T1 is headed. This was supposed to be a round that 100 Thieves had the potential to bunker down, get that bonus. But this is
this camera the entire round. This entire time. Just sitting in the corner in the camera, he's got the judge! Look at 3!
That is juicy. Nitro alongside Asuna still gonna try to retake the site. Spike's still not planted. They can delay for as long as they want as the spike is out in a difficult spot. They're just gonna try to go for frags here, but of course, Nitro gonna be the only one to fall. This was looking like a great round for T1, but Steel, just the gatekeeper there, staying in the camera the whole time, but it pays off with that judge play.
Recovery, too, the way he actually held W key all the way through, actually put down the spike deeper than they anticipated. It was on the breach all the way back. Yep, there it is. And Daze has to continue fighting as there's flashpoints coming out from Nitro too. So they hang on. Remember, that was a 3 versus 5. They started that round losing Hiko. They started that round losing Ethan. Way down in the C cubby. We do have guns now for T1. Ooh. That's dirty.
It did
Spam
tag
down
Spider.
through sewers. Yeah,
It tagged
that's
Spider, yeah.
really dirty.
He's a little low now. You don't get to see that too often. You know, most teams just hold the default on the defense, but you love to see those types of spray angles. There's actually one from the courtyard cubby into garage, which is crazy. I've seen Average Jonas pull that off in a game or two. But that is very difficult. It's very hard to use because you're so out in the open in that courtyard. Anybody could come in from the attacker side through the window and just take care of you easily. But automatic, he's going to initiate this hit. Now the spike is going to be planted, and it's 100 Thieves in the retake, completely unaware of this hit.
Had slow to come back as well. Nitro has to clear the flank. Little does he know, there's nothing there at all. The flank coverage is all the way back long A. Everybody else playing on site, so this could be different because they're not playing off of site. So that means they have to win the fights early, because if they don't, it's going to be all left to just Curry. Here's the couple flash exchange. He's going to drop out steal. Yes, he gets one.
He finds one at least. Asuna goes deep, but it gets taken care of by automatic. And now as they start to funnel through, you find a couple more. Nitro cut with his robot arm out. Now down to Hiko with the Hunter's Fury, but there's no time. Finds the upgrade, but cannot find the escape. Neither will Dazed either, and T1 will trail 100 Thieves with 4 rounds to narrow that gap.
Important there for T1 to stop the bleeding early in the second half. It was 7-5 to start things off, but 3 rounds in a row for 100 Thieves because of the decision for T1 to force into that, but getting stomped on that. So economy slightly rolling. 100 Thieves up 4 right now. Not the biggest of gaps, so don't you worry right now if you're a T1 fan. And it is low eco actually for 100 Thieves. Didn't notice the Guardians. Didn't notice the Sheriffs. Exchange of fault lines down long. See, there's a flashpoint out. That signals the execute.
Nitro, he's ready, he's prepared. He's only got a Sheriff though, but it doesn't matter when Asuna's got the showstopper. They'll start to funnel in, and he's still gonna survive despite now the paint shells as well. He's gone airborne temporarily, but now the 3v5, this broken buy for 100 Thieves is still coming up well. But now, Nitro in a tough spot. Aftershock's gonna have to make him peek out the plat. That's gonna be Dazed that'll pick that one up, but still the spike. They've got it, but they want the seaside hit. There's 3 members here. The Hunter's Fury to try to take them apart. Not gonna find the tag, but still finds Dazed. Now the upgrade. Still can down long. There is Curry on the opposite front. He does get tagged. They'll fight too. Now it's just down to Asuna. He's only got a frenzy. He needs to crab walk on over to pick up that Guardian, but T1 wrap over to the A site.
Why are they facing so much down long C here? They got the man advantage. They pushed them off the site. They held. But they go for the challenge, trying to find all the guns. This time now they're pushing all the way down A. Asuna left all alone. Yeah, he used a showstopper already too. It's a difficult situation. Thankfully, Curry's very low, and they don't know. Is this going to be coming from behind them? Skadoodle's going to cover that. And Curry left alone, actually, on the site. Asuna could walk all the way out. Thankfully, there's a camera to spot him, and they now know.
Alt line's going to make things a little bit more difficult, but still, nobody swings. Curry. Is he anticipating the wraparound? Fortunately not. Skadoodle and Curry were ready for that angle. If he wrapped around the other way, he could have taken that 1v1, and then it would have been down to Skadoodle and Asuna.
That was awkward. That was awkward because the fault line came from down long A. You don't know whether he's going to actually push over towards sewers or not. You don't know actually where the spike planter was, Curry in that case, if he actually went over towards sewers. But instead he just stays. Well played from Skadoodle to back all the way down long A and use that fault line. Very well. Good post plant setup, and T1 again with another one. Wondering how 100 Thieves responds. Only trap wires on the A site, and we saw how well Steel was executing that, especially in overtime against NRG. Just to get that spike down the spike planner down, excuse me. He's gonna run back over there and play that heaven spot. Still nothing really positioned for T1. Where are they gonna go on the side? It looks like an owl drone up all the way sewers. They clear the close angles. They know that it's gonna be a retake here.
And it's really been 100 Thieves that have played quite passively on this A site. This isn't the first round. They've heavily stacked towards other sides of the map, and that's going to put Curry in a tougher spot. Knowing that the A site was relatively clear, his presence in towards B was a little bit difficult to hold. Steel, he's ready. He's got the Odin.
So aware, man. Oh, but it doesn't matter. That's beautiful. The trap wire down in hell. Oh my goodness, Steel, that was amazing. Switching things up too, you realize that that's actually playing in the cubby. 100 Thieves still has a chance though. It's a man advantage. Austin's gonna go. Yes, the blind, the perfect timing. He satchels over. And he's gonna face even more. 100 Thieves put that push down instantly, starting off with Steel.
7-11 T1 were wishing for that A site to be a quick and clean hit, hoping to just secure the round, but now 100 Thieves are 2 away from securing map 1. Ladies and gentlemen, may I remind you the stakes. The loser is done. No more Master's Dream for you. And the winner, while still having to go through tough opponents, they'll have to face off against either TSM or Luminosity and still not have the ability to qualify. A big, deep gauntlet for either team here.
And what better time to pull out the big brain plays than now? Steel. Beautiful. The trap wire to kind of show, hey, it's going to be the normal thing that I do, but instead down in hell. And he's ready with the Odin. He's playing from Ethan peeking over top of the smoke. It's not going to work out. Also, mind you, don't forget that peek in mid. That was so well timed to push out a garage from Skadoodle. He saw somebody up on grass peeking in towards B. That was Curry. They flash and push out a garage, take him out, and that's the flank. They could play that retake much, much faster in that case.
Steel, are you going to have that same moment? The judge is here. The cage is here. No! Curry comes up bigger. Spider pushes forward, finds his Nitro, and this sight hit is masterful.
Unbelievable. Had Nitro just waiting, possibly to use his ult, depending on what we saw from from Steel pushing through that cage, but doesn't work a second time, and it's an insta-save for 100 Thieves. Daze is already on the hunt. If he finds a couple, this could be huge. But you have to remember, economy for T1 almost just as important of him doing damage right now. If he does a decent amount of damage, that might be a boon going to the next rounds.
Uh-oh.
Nice shoulder.
Spotted. Now he's in a little bit of a tougher spot than he had initially anticipated. The duel against Asuna. Okay, gets the headshot. He is adding some serious damage. Recon Bolt to try to tag a couple of more members. On the opposite front is Hiko, but he gets the plat and the swing just before the smoke subsides. Hiko will find it. T1 now, they'll find that round. Still nipping at the toe heels. The heel here for 100 Thieves.
It's funny because you could tell that Daze did not want anything. After he got that first pick, he was like, yeah, I don't actually want to fight here anymore. The smoke came down. He was like, yes, I got a chance to run away. But of course, you always get that one sign of, yeah, this is hope. And then ending up getting just tagged to the smoke. T1 still has money to buy into this. Oh, actually, light armor for 2. Okay, there you go. Skadoodle got heavy armor there. The last second is a flash and dash from Asuna, though. Down long C, a drone to push automatic out of position, and he gets the recon pulled at the same time. Well executed, and that's it. He's teleporting. Yes, he got away.
What happened to... How does he get out of there? He used everything, TP after TP, and how much utility did 100 Thieves commit to that push? They know that there had to have been at least 2, potentially 3. What do T1 do in response to that?
Flashpoint, boom bot, double satchel, all now tools that we've seen 100 Thieves actually use to retake perfectly. But they did get a lot of HP down. Spider now also very low too. Did not get spammed. That would have been absolutely awful. 2 players now low. I wish Skadoodle was playing Sky, but no, this is too beautiful. Oh, look at this double re-push down long C. They re-aggro. That's the information now. They could play it. They could cheat so hard, and Steel's in a position again. to go for it from the shadows as well to regroup.
Oh.
Another spam from Steel. Are you kidding me with this? Is this real? Another one. This man is unstoppable with these plays.
Spam out the cam. Now the camera comes up, sees the planter. It's Skadoodle 3v4. Shock darts starting to come through, but that's a lot of damage, but Steel still gonna save him. He drops down, steals away the ace. Automatic's gonna not allow that to happen, but he's all on his lonesome. 13 HP. As soon as he pops out the smoke, doesn't even need to, and 100 Thieves on match point.
And all on the backs of Steel, and that with a 4K on the round. 3 of them without even seeing the opponent. At least through actual line of sight in this case.
Right here.
He's got the scans from Hiko's Recon Bolt. He's got the scans from his trap wires. And he'll make it count. Match point for 100 Thieves on map number 1. Next up, we go to Icebox, T1's pick. This is 100 Thieves' pick. But it's not over just yet. T1 hoping to have something left to say. They do have a couple of rifles in this one. Actually 4. Light armor on 1 person. Then last person on Sheriff as well. Ultimate's available though. Actually, no, that's 100 Thieves. Only 1. It's automatic. He's on the lurk. Down sewers. They haven't quite done this yet. Just walk up. And because of the way they're retaking, they could actually walk all the way out. Every single round at the beginning. If they caught on to this, they could walk way, way, way out.
Steel. Still here. Cameras towards the mid side though. That's a little bit problematic because he doesn't have the ability to tell what's happening on the site. That's a little bit of an awkward smoke. What's it doing there? And Asuna's gonna find another one. This could be the nail in the coffin, and the hammer keeps hitting. Asuna with another down to 2. Could be a match point here for 100 Thieves. That's gonna be another to seal the fate. All down to Skadoodle, but he won't be Skadaddy to close out the map. All down to him in the 1v5. There's the showstopper, and it's a flawless round to close out map number 1 for 100 Thieves.
What a finish on that defensive side. They completely wiped everything there. Steel on that A side. It looked like it was a liability, but no, that was a strength.
Is so comfortable for both teams. But ladies and gentlemen, the podcast has subsided, and the map now is where we are going to next. T1 with some quick lock-ins. Curry on the Viper. Nothing that we would expect otherwise, but let's see what 100 Thieves end up picking out for their comp.
Yeah, fully standard for T1. Expecting, yeah, Steel, Killjoy, Asuna on Raze. Nitro to Sage is something I definitely expect to be locked in. Hiko on Viper, I don't. But, you know, Hiko was the proponent of Viper back in beta. He was like, this guy's going to be played. Ethan, of course, still sticking on Omen, and we'll have to see probably Sova coming out from Hiko. No doubts. So, yeah, it is just basically replacing Nitro onto Sage in a role that Dicey did play on this map. And it worked out, you know, okay. They had that foray against LG where they played decently on the map, I'd say. And then when they were testing it out prior to that, I'm not quite sure how that all unfolded, but in any case, should be good. Sage has been rising in popularity across all of NA on this map because of the ability that you have to plant that spike and make the post plants very, very interesting.
Yeah, especially on the B site there, you get a pretty much guaranteed plant, especially with your control around yellow. Makes it a little bit easier to hold the angles as well. But Hiko teasing us with a little bit of Viper, but it's toxic that he didn't lock it in. Still waiting for Nitro's pick. It's going to be Sage, as we highlighted. And now we get to see how the Viper works out here for T1. We saw a little bit against FaZe, but, you know, it's Baby Bay and Corey doing God's plan and just holding W, finding the frags that they need to put their team on their back. But this is a different map, a different beast, and a different opponent with one duelist in Asuna.
Same thing. We got actually double duelists over at T1. Skadoodle on duelist. On Raze. You typically saw him play maybe a little bit of Jet back in the day. Maybe a little bit of that when he was experimenting and when T1 was experimenting. But he gone through so many agents, man. So many agents. It's hard to keep up where Skadoodle's playing, but Raze. Oh, we got some new information actually. We're gonna remake the agent select. There is a mispick, so somebody, we get to guess at who it's gonna be. Somebody picked wrong.
Get the guess who out. Do they have black hair? No. Okay. A couple agents down. What else do we got? Do we got a blue coat? No. A couple agents down. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what does get picked up. What gets changed? Is it Hiko? Is it the Viper that comes through here? That would be such a statement for a player that is so handy on the Sova and at times in solo queue on the Raze as well. But the Viper, that is be so special here for 100. Imagine that's also how they eliminate T1 with a crazy pick that we haven't seen from 100 Thieves before.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. Yeah, T1 was 100% correct. That's what they play normally. So, oh, actually, Automatic has been playing Sage recently, so maybe that was a mistake. So it could be on both sides. Yeah. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. In any case, we'll wait to find out. Maybe it could just be, you know, steal up to old tricks from JVL. But yeah, I mean, Icebox is going to be a fun one. T1, again, we talked about how they played against FaZe, and it wasn't anything stellar. I mean, prior to that, all the Icebox game that everybody saw on for T1, everybody was like, this looks good. This looks very good. So it depends what shows up today against 100 Thieves, because earlier it wasn't that very, very, very good play from 100 Thieves, because I don't know. There was a lot. Spider was opping very well through that wall in the opens over and over again, and they didn't lose a single map through it.
One of the things that I'm super excited to see is Skadoodle. You were absolutely right, by the way, before I move on to that point. Automatic here on the Sage. But I love seeing Skadoodle on duelists. I know that he's been swapping off, you know, give a little bit more space for Spider, who has come off of the Omen since First Strike and has started to get more into that duelist mentality, that Mamba mentality. But I love Skadoodle on a duelist because during First Strike, the man was unstoppable. The amount of clutches and multi-kills that he's able to bring forward on Jett is insane. And for him to step down and give that role to Spider and give him the space to have his whirl and have his spin on it is very remarkable, very honorable from a player that just wants a championship. The man wants to win as bad as he can breathe.
And this is the map for him to really explode on. He played very well on that defensive side of Haven, and now it's Icebox, a map that definitely favors operators on a lot of angles. Such long, actually probably the longest distance angles in the entire game right now. So Icebox might be the time for Spider to shine. They're on the ropes, man. T1 is potentially getting eliminated in this game. They're 0-1 right now, and we have the game starting. 0-1. The feelings have to be very interesting right now. They were not able to bring the comeback on that attacking side against 100 Thieves last time. This time, they get to start an attack and end defense next.
T1 fans, grab your brooms and pray for a reverse sweep, because we're heading on to map 2, the pistol, about to go underway with T1 starting things off on the attack. 100 Thieves selecting the defense to start. And we'll see what type of defensive operations they've got cooking up. Steel going to start with this contact play. Sees the wall go up. And T1 have been doing this all day against FaZe. This early B presence with the Viper wall going up. And FaZe were able to deal with it quite handily. Will 100 Thieves be able to do the same?
Screen is so useful for clearing the close angles of the B lane and then exploding. That's why Steel has to give it up very, very early. He can't actually face because of how easily they can get up on top of the boxes and just push him off that lane. Poison over towards mid to obscure the cross, so Steel has to play even more passively, but thankfully Asena's here.
He does have presence from Hiko. Ethan can rotate quickly. Nitro's all on his lonesome, and there is a player over there. It's Spider. If they want to wrap around quickly, they do have presence there that they can initially play off of.
The really cool thing about this Toxic Screams, they're actually not committed. They will commit now as soon as they can get over these nanostorms, but you saw Spider all the way back at the belt of A. You saw Curry still playing in mid, so they weren't even committed, but now 30 seconds now. They have to get close.
30 seconds left.
Ball goes back up. 30 seconds. Not a lot of time remaining, but Steel up above sees Dazed. That's going to come through, and Dazed will send his mark. The wall goes up, but the spike's still not planted. Now, slowly starting to inch forward. Automatic, he's delaying the plant. You don't have a lot of time. You got to get involved. Automatic's down. That's spike down. Shot from behind from Spider, but the attackers on all fronts take apart 100 Thieves.
I love the patience from Spider there because his team needed the space to get back onto that site. 100 Thieves delayed for so long. I was surprised not to see that barrier orb go down instantly. But as he maybe tried to plant the spike, he got delayed off the first one because of Nano Swarm. Because he didn't put it down on the second attempt, maybe that actually put a sense of complacency for 100 Thieves so they don't break the wall down instantly, Steel and Asuna in that case. So they lose the chance to delay. Eventually, they don't even need the spike with the flank.
This wall is going to be so annoying for this half because it's going to condition 100 Thieves consistently that there can always be this threat of a push. But fortunately for them, a lot of that action towards the A site is going to be quite telling that it's not going to be the B site push. Orb does go into the hands of 100 Thieves, so at least that is their consolation prize. But can they find anything else to boot? Boombot through the maze.
That's a lineup.
Slow orb as well. Not going to allow them to push forward, but 100 Thieves, they're still holding on, playing a little bit passive. There's the swing. Spider finds one, tags the toes of another. He's just trying to get up the ramp. That's spiked down for T1.
Still not able to take Spider out in the back either. Classic not doing the damage. A tough retake now. The wall's still up. They're all back a belt. They've cleared the flank. Hopefully this is not a big investment from 100 Thieves.
Still 5 members strong here for T1. Now the action about to pop off, but really it's the T1 show. A flawless round. You know what that means, Bala? It means the bonus is going to be huge. It's Christmas and everyone gets exactly what they wanted. Santa's not going to skimp on this one. This is going to be a great round for T1 to hold on to these weapons. Now, will 100 Thieves be able to really find their mark? There's a Vandal in the mix. Curry's got that on lock. Let's see how this third round goes. It's really good economically for T1.
Toxic screen already down towards B. We might expect that pretty much every round. A lot of Vipers tend to just use one type of wall every time. That's to play into that condition that you were talking about. So actually trying to keep 100 Thieves on their toes as to what's coming. Are they going to push in front of this wall? Will they take this control? And from there, can they find the information that they need, that they're behind the wall, or are they rotating back over towards A? Poison Orb as well in the middle of mid. That gives the chance for something like Spider to cross and flank like we saw in the pistol round.
I like that with this wall going up, you've got Spider holding off any potential A flanks. The reason why I like that is because it would be very easy for 100 Thieves to exploit a roam through mid or a roam through to wrap around and try to pinch them in. And I think that's a lesson that they learned against FaZe. Because it's very easy for FaZe to hold W and find a lot of great opening picks early. If Spider falls, you're going to get flanked, no problem. But now, this mid-round wall from Nitro is going to make it very difficult. The timing is beautiful. T1 can't wrap to A, but they still will regardless.
That wall was perfect. Spider is actually about to lurk onto A and maybe find a pick in the backside of Nitro, but no, he cuts it off, and now they have to break through, and they'll give up the information. As soon as this wall ends up being shot, they know, and they'll be able to rotate and potentially be here in time to fight the spike. And the wall for T1 is already used on the B side.
The orb goes down, but still, it's T1 swarming the site. Got Spider up on the top. Does find one early, but Nitro down below. Shot's going to be good onto one. Can he find another? The spike's being planted, and T1 is just holding off the defensive line as they start to retake the side. Nitro still alive. Resurrection puts them back into the mix. They want to secure this round as 100 Thieves is down a member. Owl Drone to scout them out allows 100 Thieves a little bit more space to work with, but still, that is a very open angle on this spike. The sprays come down, and that's so unfortunate as the molly goes down from the Viper, but Skadoodle just holding him off. Spider with another, all down to Nitro, and he can't make it work. The bonus is huge for T1.
That's a masterclass why Viper can be super strong if you're not prepared for the post-plant situation. Snake bite after snake bite will keep 100 Thieves off the plant from what looked like a very strong round from 100 Thieves. Don't forget how Nitro was able to put that wall down. Don't forget how they actually denied the plant early in that round with the nano swarms from Steel. They got automatic to spend his barrier orb, and because of that, that retake started off really strong. You saw how Nitro was able to work back in, get a couple kills. You saw how difficult it was for them to hang on to the spike planter because they just did not have the barrier orb in place.
I really don't mind this momentum builder for T1. It's a great answer against 100 Thieves who committed a lot of that early membership towards the B site just over and over and over again, but Skadoodle right up on the pipes finds steal. And Curry, I like this angle because it's easy. It's slim pickings. Nitro does find one to trade onto Spider. Might find another.
What?
Oh, that's
Yes,
dirty.
res.
Now a 3v3.
They get on the site, he can get res here. He can get back up, but no, Nitro falls eventually. Sheriff can't actually respond to Skadoodle's Vandal from range. Automatic gonna slow behind. There's still an opportunity, but there's a gap. Oh no, Ethan doesn't take the opportunity though. He doesn't quite take it. He could have denied the plant, but instead he won't. Now Showstopper available. Snakebite still up, probably one more in the post-plant situation, and 100 Thieves both very, very low. Ethan and Hiko in the smoke, and he falls as well.
Great position there for Automatic. A solid round for T1. This upcoming round, Bala, is very important for 100 Thieves. That was the eco round. It started out quite decent with Nitro finding 2 picks, but that momentum couldn't be carried over into a victory. This is the round that it needs to convert. They've got Resurrection available, Ethan 1 point away, Asuna 1 point away. Go for that orb control, get Asuna with the Showstopper, and just control. If you have to use it to retake, do so. But this is your round to turn it around and really stop the bleeding, because 100 Thieves are going to run away with this map.
Okay, looks like an idea here from Asuna and Ethan to try to fight back behind the wall. Stop them from pushing forward, and that will be key. Ethan with the first kill. And that's on the Skadoodle. Not the biggest of losses, of course, is Skadoodle, a great player. But in terms of utility, just paint shells, satchel to take space in the duelist. At least they have the wall up. They have Viper as well to control space. But the challenge is, Asuna's going to lose it against Curry. Jumps on top of the white box right there. And the favor changes all of a sudden.
Just trying to avoid the recon bolt coming in behind yellow. Tough place to be. Uh-oh. 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 Ninja from the sky steal. But still, Curry, the 18-year-old from Texas A&M, bringing in the flames. Now the wall goes up once more, but the wall goes up for Nitro. He didn't take it, but he's going to put up a wall of his own still. The flank, but automatic. Oh, goodness gracious. Curry with 3. And it's all down to steal. 1v2, a little bit doable with a very injured Viper. But that Resurrection is going to make things so difficult. Turret available for the body peek here. Has the lockdown if he finds an early pick. Curry's going to be the meat shield around the yellow side. And still going to be automatic once more. What a round from T1. That's 5 in a row, Bala.
And it breaks what we saw on Haven, where it was 4-0 for 100 Thieves on attack. And it was 4-0 for T1 after that. 5-0 to start. That's a great start for T1. And it really looks like 100 Thieves does not quite know how to play through this. T1 is methodically taking down these angles. You called it out, that recon bolt to push. I believe it was Asuna off the back of yellow there. After he got the first pick too. And then automatically the clutch, or the final post plant, just spotting the crop. Beautiful.
Oh, this is a little bit different though. We haven't seen this quite yet, and they get punished as quick as they try to execute the wall up to wrap around, and it's not going to be enough. This is the soft buy for 100 Thieves. The economy can be well enough to purchase in the round to come. We saw a couple of Spectres for the members that boosted up, but they couldn't quite make it work. They saw the membership. Now, advantage in favor of T1 should be round number 6, unless some theatrics from 100 Thieves.
Look at that poison orb, how they're able to just walk across back towards mid, even though it started off in mid. They bring it back down. They can put that back up and go right over towards A. Spider on top, and Owl drone through. They'll clear the B lane. Still options here, but steals at yellow, and I don't know if they can clear him here.
Yep, good spot. Hiko here with the recon bolt, but really the weaponry not great for 100 Thieves here. I don't really expect a whole lot out of them, but still he's just trying to make some magic. Oh! Oh, baby! Does finally get taken down, but Hiko, last man standing. Shots here from Skadoodle. He will seal his fate. Curry will find that one, and that's 6 in a row for T1. Definitely close. Little close. Steals do-si-do around the yellow box.
But just a classic, my man is. Whew. That's 2 nice rounds, by the way, for Steel. The first one where he tried to get over top and actually chase down Spider. And this one too, which is the classic that doesn't end up winning the round, but this T1 is playing brilliantly. I mean, this poison orb down mid, this wall is getting so much value every time from Curry. And he's 8-0. He hasn't died a single time.
Nitro with the op, Bala. We saw it early on Ascent. Brought it out once. Tag comes through. I think Hiko will be able to dodge this through, but still, that op angle is being held. And I like this because this is an answer to T1's consistent push on towards the B site.
No.
Shot's not going to be good. That's so frustrating. Now the wall goes up, the orb goes up. They've got a lot of control, but Steel is trying to answer back with some positioning of his own. They go through the tube. This is new from T1.
Did Steel just shoot his own nanoswarm there? I think Steel just shot his own nanoswarm. Oh no, they're up the tube. Different. Look, this wall coming back up, they really have no clue how this is all playing out. No information down in mid either. It could explode onto Steel right now through kitchen. Uh-oh, Ethan though, he's gonna actually take the peek. He's gonna go for it. He might just go down instantly. 2 players. Guns blazing!
Oh, he's alive. Oh, he gets out. 89. The orb comes back, stops the push in underneath the tube, and that's going to delay Spider for the moment, but he's going to try to sneak on by. He's got the angle there. It's going to be the orb coming down shortly, but Skadoodle is using the showstopper to clear out Ethan. He will find him, but it's automatic that steals that one. Nitro backside beside Snowman with the op, not going to find any success as it's down to 11 seconds. T1 need to plant. Now they will. Hiko with one, but it's delayed! It's delayed by Hiko! Spider, he can't get to the spike in time. He's walled up, hits his head right on the ceiling. And that's a round for 100 Thieves. Are you serious?
What a way to actually get their first round on the board. Hiko with some heroics around the corner. Just the spike gets planted, and they played it nicely. Ethan with the escape. If he did not shoulder peek that, you can imagine a situation where T1 actually just walks through kitchen and flanks onto Steel. Instead, Ethan is perfectly timed, shoulder peeks the unaware angle. Really nicely done to recover in that situation that looked really bad with the control that T1 took. This is a big moment though. If they don't win this, it's a full reset on their economy. And this one's expensive because they lost 4 people in the last round.
Double op. There's the first one. Finds automatic. The other one's over towards the B site. Now Asuna goes vertical. Doesn't even need the showstopper as Steel is on fire. Skadoodle does manage to find an answer back onto Ethan. The nades as well onto Asuna, but Steel still backside. He's all on his lonesome here, and he needs the rotates to come through. Uh-oh, he's in a little bit of trouble, but still finds the Roomba. And now the other op is starting to rotate over towards the A site.
On top, Recon Bolt. Look at Curry's position. Spike all the way back in towards Belt. 45 seconds left. Wall just went up for Curry. They don't care though. Stack towards A because it's only 3. Hiko's gonna try to spot information, but instead he falls to Curry. Still gonna go for another one though, and this is huge. There's a satchel to push him off though. Oh, he's gonna go up and take the spike. That Spider, now they have to dash, but that's time for Nitro to get Ethan back into this, and they're going back over the other side. They still have Poison Orb available for them to cross, but no, he's not actually gonna pop it, and Steel's gonna clear him!
Oh, and Skadoodle was on the tube as well. That's so tough. Shots now gonna come for Nitro. Spike being planted. 1v2. Possible here with the utility he has the wall, has the orb, but Curry has been an absolute nuisance on this map. Those tight angles, those flanking maneuvers with the Viper. Now he's in the kitchen. Nitro pushing up through orange. Spider's in a great spot. He can play it safe back behind yellow. Once that tap comes through, Curry can start to wrap around through the kitchen. But the wall is going to make it a little bit more difficult. He can get it up to half here. and then try to fight Curry, who's rotating back around. Here's going to be the peak here for Spider. He will find Nitro. A good position for Nitro to try and attempt. Not going to be enough.
I wonder if we put that gap on purpose. I have to imagine not, but potentially to fake, get the half, and then actually fight through.
Yeah.
Plenty of time remaining on that one, but they end up falling. That was the reset. Look at the money. Nitro with 3.9. He was the one who survived. Everybody else on basically second round. It's going to take a little bit to get their economy back up and rolling. T1 has an opportunity to go again. If they start a streak, it will be brutal. A lot of ecos will be mixed into the next couple of rounds. So, how to respond? Is this a push through? Last time it was shut down by Curry in the attacker's spawn, but this time he's nowhere to be found. He's all the way back underneath Belt.
Paint Shells pushes Nitro off the angle. Orb going to be collected here for days. Doesn't have the Hunter's Fury yet, but at least they are farming those orbs. Now, wall goes up. The plant should come and follow as well. 100 Thieves clearing the attacker spawn. They just don't want anything to do with the potential spot from Curry. And speak of the devil, he's got the shot there onto Ethan. With still a few more members remaining, Steel's going to find the upgrade. Lockdown's going to push membership away. They don't have that spike down baller.
Opportunity to win an eco round. Automatic will clap back. 2 left. It's Eco. And Asuna, neither of which I believe have weapons in this. Asuna tried to flank. Curry put down his teammate. Ethan. Spike will be planted now because Automatic finds the space.
Spike planted.
Finds one at least. His consolation prize. A couple of credits. Up to no good, but it's definitely been T1 making trouble in the neighborhood. Up by 7 now. And things are looking so good for T1. 7 rounds, 100 Thieves. Won that one by what felt like a fluke. I'm gonna be. It felt really strange. We've got 3 more remaining in this half.
Yeah, that round was somewhat interesting. All the way through Kitchen. That was the 1 round. I'm sure T1's not going to go back to that because it kind of took a little too long to execute. Neither case. Started to get a little worried for 100 Thieves. The last 2 times they played in Challengers, the first game that they had, they end up winning. Same thing in this series as Spider takes on Nitro. The next 2 maps, they end up losing, and some of them in brutal fashion. In this round, the fact that they needed to win this, the fact that they've actually invested, stop the bleeding here, or go down potentially 11-1.
That's annoying. But we'll survive. There was 1 pick that 100 Thieves were able to clap back with, but really it's just been the T1 show. And it's looking like there are a couple of reruns coming your way. This is the buy round here for 100 Thieves, so definitely looking injured, looking down and out. And with shots like that, we know Skadoodle's back into form, feeling himself alongside Curry, who's been having a phenomenal performance. Ethan the last to fall there. Once we have a look at that leaderboard, you'll see exactly what I mean about Curry. Even though he may not be at the tippy top there, he's been having some impactful utility plays.
12-1.
Man's crazy.
Dude, he just doesn't die. Like, and that's so huge for Viper too. The fact that he can bring up that wall and put it down at any time, and also the poison orb in mid. I mean, to stay alive every single round almost, you know he's using it to its fullest extent. And that's why it's so difficult here for 100 Thieves.
I also feel like we don't see Viper enough to be like, yeah, this is the maximum potential. We don't get to see a lot of Viper play come through. And when we do, we're, you know, it's Poach, at least in North America. But to see it here and used to this effect on Icebox is very, very impressive. And Curry once more. You see that recall bolt trying to spot him out. They want to deal with him. 100 Thieves are committing a lot and they will overwhelm him. Finally, the Viper will fall.
And that's huge. We just talked about the importance of how he's staying alive every single round. This time, the barrier orb, the toxic screen not going to be here. Poison orb not available for them to rotate back, but it doesn't matter apparently. They're going to duel before the wall. Beautiful stuff from T1. To peek down the long mid angles, knowing that they're going to have the advantage with the Vandals against Sheriffs. and then putting down the wall, and then putting down the spike. Just that one difference earns them a pick.
They're throwing a lot of utility to try to flush out the players back yellow. They will get injured, but what does that matter? Automatic will find one. The wall goes up there, just trying to stick the plant. They don't care. Steel's going to stop him, but now Nitro's got to pull off, and Skadoodle will make it rain with the paint shells. 1 to 10. We could be at 1 to 11 after this one, and that will be a deadly first half for T1.
Doesn't need to be snake bites, by the way. You don't even need Curry for a post-plant situation. You just have some set nades from Skadoodle to seal the deal. They were not worried about that in the slightest. Meanwhile, I'm over here sweating because they're not shooting the wall. Yeah, T1 knows what they're doing this game. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Last round and a half, Bala, and for T1, we wondered, how would this map look out? How would we see T1 clap back? This is for Masters, and you don't even qualify after this match. You still have a long way to go through the losers bracket.
This is for your life, man.
Yeah, this is for your life. And you know, some change too, a couple of bucks. But even still, we're seeing the best of the best.
And you know, too, both of these teams have renewed interest with the land being announced in Iceland for Masters 2. Not that this means anything towards that, but everybody's like, okay, this is the real deal now. We got to start playing hard.
Yeah.
T1 showing up at the perfect time, man.
I wouldn't have bet $1 million that the first land was going to be in Iceland. Like, who would have thought? You would think like maybe LA, Poland, Shanghai, I don't even know, but Iceland? Come on now, that's a lot of fun. Viper spit. That's a lot of fun too. The big jello up and around. Curry's gonna stick right in it. Frozen in place. The shots are good. Spider will help participate, and this is just domination for T1. Now the spike's going down. Hiko and Steel have to retake the site, and boy, is it gonna be difficult. The lockdown's gonna help out. That's gonna be the snake bite, and boy, does it hurt. Now Steel. Oh, Skadoodle just up on top of the jello. Hiko will be the last to fall. A flawless. And we're from the Golden State, but because it's been Curry all day for that first half. Absolute domination from the Viper, but Skadoodle as well, participating in a lot of great supportive plays alongside the Viper. Now we get to see what that defensive end looks like for T1, and if 100 Thieves can claw their way back in this map.
10 rounds, the deficit, it's huge. Not impossible, but yeah. Based on that first one, who knows?
Ooh.
Instinct to start off. Also a Sheriff bot from Spider. He'll dash away. All good.
Oh.
Skadoodle also combining for a nade. If they win this pistol round, oh my goodness.
Oh my. What is happening? What is happening here?
Man.
Oh my, what is happening? He gets another paint shell. How does this keep happening? Skadoodle with 3 already on the board. Automatic with another. The rope antics from Hiko. Hopping from rope to rope, Indiana Jones, but is there a secret skull at the end of the tunnel? He's all on his lonesome, and the boulders coming in hot. The recon bolt will spot him out. The shock dart's going to make matters worse, but now a 1v3. Manages to take out Spider, but still, Spike's in a tough spot. Recon bolt's his only piece of utility. He does get a couple of tags. People just need to wrap around. Curry's been flanking the whole time. And it's the frenzy, and it's match point for T1 off the pistol. This has to be a force up from 100 Thieves.
Yo, that boulder has been coming. It wasn't just that round. That boulder has been rolling. T1 is just unstoppable on this icebox. After phase, after 100 Thieves saw that score, and potentially took a gander of what happened on that map, they're like, yeah, no, this is fine. This is easy. This is going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be okay. Icebox. Yeah, sure. Nope. That was a trap if I've ever seen one. My goodness.
Could all fall apart here. We could be taken to that third map. Ascent is where we'll end up last. Map, both teams have proven their mettle during First Strike. A couple of adaptations during Challengers, no doubt. Early look, Spider losing the engagement to Steel. That Marshall, it's not going to be very effective. Rather, it is. Steel now going to try to inch forward, but that Spike's positioned and cheating over towards B. They still have that Viper's wall there. They can still try to deny information to start. There it goes back up again, and it's unsafe to cross, unsafe to push in until it goes back down.
It's funny how it's the same wall. Slightly different.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah, you can use it on attack, you can use it on defense.
Okay.
We're gonna spray a little bit through, it's gonna go over the top. Even.
Ooh.
Man advantage right now, nobody's got it. It's even all the way through. Austin, what can he do with the Marshall? From range. Nothing. Wall comes back up. That denies them the post plant. This is so easy. Actually gets one through though.
There's no position behind yellow. Automatic starts to push in. He's gonna find two with the spray down. No heal available, but it's all down to Ethan. Sheriff in hand. One player's gonna swing. It's automatic. There's Ethan, but it's not enough. As T1 with a dominant performance over 100 Thieves to take us to map number 3.
Final map, and how fitting, because this series, yeah, sure, that was a stomp. That was a stomp, but Haven was really, really, really fun to watch, and that one was too. Like, even though it was a stomp, that was beautiful from T1. From start to finish, the way that they were conditioning with the Viper Wall, the control from Hiko on the Agent Select, right into business.
They want to be done and done quick. Furry, he was the highlight star of Icebox. I think that's going to be handed over to somebody else on this map. He does not have the Viper to show us some heroics here. And to be fair, Viper doesn't get played on Ascent all that often across the world regardless. But standard compositions on both fronts. You know, we don't really see the Reyna pop up too much, especially within these two teams. And Asuna on the Raze here. That's a very interesting pick. I think for a map like Ascent, you tend to want the Jet. You've got these great sight lines that you can updraft over towards the A side. And you just have great repositioning abilities as well. Yeah, and the lack of Phoenix as well. So this Raze is something that I'm going to be paying attention to quite closely to see what effect it brings for 100 Thieves.
We still see teams, especially when running double duelists, play Raze all the time. But actually, when you talk about Reyna, this is a map that Asuna did play Reyna on in the last challengers, but because of the changes, obviously, not only to the team itself in terms of bringing on Ethan, but because of the changes to Reyna, apparently Asuna doesn't like it. He'll go back over towards Raze, and hopefully he can have a good game. We're gonna start out with a quick attack over towards B, but a fault line slows things down instantly.
I like that early start. You still have Curry here with the camera. Very interesting one at that. Roomba's gonna clear out B main, but still smoke.
I don't like how many frenzies I'm seeing in this series in pistol rounds. I thought we were done with that, but no, there it is. Automatic and Spider with a frenzy, gonna dash forward. There's the wall to get over, but actually, Ethan goes over top by accident, I believe. Now they're stuck. Skadoodle with a flashpoint. That's gonna put him down, but a second peek from Curry. Doesn't matter. He gets them both.
The two anchors can't hold off the push from 100 Thieves, but it's back to a 3v3. The wall is there, and the defense are coming from it. Daze just trying to hop on and over. But Spider all on his lonesome. Maybe they want to push all through lane together. The paranoia comes through. They're in a little bit of trouble. Shock Dart's going to make Spider in a little bit of trouble, but he's going to get tagged by it. That's two. They're dropped down, but he goes there. He gets flanked from lane by Daze, and the initial pistol goes to T1.
Almost there from Spider. And then Hiko almost as well with the first shot, but it doesn't matter. T1 too strong in that attack, or on the retake. 100 Thieves with a little bit of ideas there to put up the wall and go through, but they only get 3, and I feel like Ethan falling over that wall, tripping, and basically breaking Humpty Dumpty off the side is going to cost them sorely. Another pistol round lost. T1 continued the momentum.
Yeah, they definitely want to pick up where they left off on Icebox. Look at this from 100 Thieves, a force. They want to stop the bleeding as soon as possible. They do not want to let T1 get ahead anytime soon. A force here for 100 Thieves. Sheriffs and heavy armor. And one player, I forget who has a Spectre. Let's see what they can do here up against T1.
That's Asuna who has it. Smoking off Cat. 100 Thieves playing passively in mid, just jump spotting. Or sorry, T1 playing passively. That's Daze, jump spotting over the fountain. But a smoke to deny info now. We'll have to drone it and see if anybody's creeping up, but there's nobody. That might be a little bit of a red herring. Asana's gonna creep up. There's the flashpoint. He dodges it. And Curry loses life because of that. Man advantage now on this force back.
Cover going out.
Pick for B. Maybe T1 rotates over. Let's hit this A site. That's what they're preparing to start. Automatic is down. That's a great opening to continue the push. Spider up in heaven. He's
Only
ready
a
with the
ghost.
push forward, but he only has a ghost. T1, they're starting to rotate over. The wall is going to stop them from pushing forward, but that's going to be a great spot for Spider. They don't anticipate him there on the heaven side, but he only has a ghost. He's keeping them at bay, but he does get traded. Daze has the Spectre. Shots from range will find him. That's going to be the drop down for Skadoodle at close range onto Ethan. Asuna flanking there from the heaven side, and he will put the nail in the coffin. The force up comes up huge for 100 Thieves.
Forget running and spraying. It's flying and spraying for Austin with the blast packs to clean up the final player there. Skadoodle almost had it. Almost potentially stopped everything, but the force back works and they stop the bleeding immediately on this map. Before this, it was 8 rounds in a row for T1. But instantly, 100 Thieves says, no, this is not going to be Icebox. We're going to have a match here.
And guess whose shoulders are feeling that weight? That 20-pound deadlift. It's Asuna already with 5, and he's looking to get more. He's hungry. 1 point away from the showstopper. He gets this orb, and his B site is free low. He might not even need it. He might not even want it. He might just want to hunt down Curry because he knows how close he plays on the B main swing. Well, he will take it.
Showstopper now available. Is it a... I see some sheriffs maybe on the other side. I'm wondering if there's armor behind it too. Didn't quite look at the beginning of the round. Shocked right through that. Actually doesn't even reveal the position of where Daze is. Gonna be a drone here. There's a flashpoint available though. Curry's gonna go for it again, but every single time they turn the flash, no chance. The ult doesn't connect, of course, because Skadoodle got him beforehand, and Nitro actually able to get in the shock dart is perfect there too. They're gonna res on the third round in a 4 versus 1 situation. I don't know about that, but in any case, automatic. We'll take down Asuna again, and Nitro's the one with the 4K.
Yeah, that was a little too close, but 100 Thieves, you know, the reasoning behind committing a lot of those resources is you get over that round early, and you can stack up maybe another 2 more ults in this half, right? You open your capabilities of ulting more. For a res, for a showstopper, you want as many as you can get, right? So they secure that round. It's going to be the gun round for T1 here to answer back. And speaking of their ultimates, they have a Blade Storm, and I'm anticipating Spider leaning a little bit heavier into that with the Frenzy.
Go back to the last round, actually last 2 rounds really. 2 attempts at a B main peek from Curry, who was feeling himself last map. Of course, Skadoodle adding the flashpoints to actually do it, but you could tell 100 Thieves are so experienced against breaches. The way that they're turning these flashes is, you can't understate how difficult that actually is. To turn the flashpoints from breach, I'm sure everybody's experienced it in range. Nice aftershock, but still is actually good for 2 there. Automatic and Spider, we're going to try to combine, but actually lose the guns there. Skadoodle now left with 1 choice. Rolling Thunder, if they come out for days, then it might actually happen. Got to be careful here. They know it's available, and they know the aftershock was just used.
Oh, Asuna.
That's one way to clear.
Backstab. Shot's going to be good for Ethan from range with the Guardian, and bits and pieces will fall apart for T1. Looks like a round secured for 100 Thieves, and this is a great momentum builder for them, especially off of Icebox. This was the gun round for T1. Try to bring things back to a closer, more even matchup. Curry may just be looking to save this weapon and move on into the next. Steele going to be looking down the courtyard. He would be the contact player up against Curry. He's holding on for dear life.
I don't know how Nitro actually got that wall off without Skadoodle really getting information. Just kind of walked out and went for it. I thought that Daze was going to call for the Rolling Thunder immediately as those slows came in, as the Nano Swarms came in at the same time. The execute was on for 100 Thieves. I thought it was that time. They also played it really nice, 100 Thieves, on that approach. They stayed spread. I mean, Nitro went out first, got the wall down. A couple of them stayed back, peeking heaven, making sure nobody's going to push through the mollies, nothing like that. So even if that went out, I don't know. AK's back to light by for T1. Dude, the pressure, man, right now. Elimination game, map 3.
It's not even about the money. It's not even about the money right now.
3 weeks to build up to this. Like, or not 3 weeks, 6 weeks to build up to this. This is a long endeavor. And for one of these teams, it ends now. We get to take a break for them for at least 2 weeks. All the effort, all the strategies, all the studying, the player changes, everything. This is all leading up to this moment right now.
Doesn't mean you still can't qualify, but it hurts to know that you don't have that leg up to start. The winner of this will have to face the loser of Luminosity TSM.
Ooh.
Spider gonna be losing this one though, loses his head to Nitro. Owl drone to scout out B main, and Curry is gone. He will vacate the premises. Still, the camera is there. Might be able to spot a player out. There's gonna be the orb. They're farming it for Asuna. They want him to get those showstoppers. He started with 3 points this round. That's 4. Finds a pick. That's 5. He could have an ult next round if he truly wants it.
Yeah. Typically, you see them give it to
30 seconds
Steel and
left.
Hiko, but now that Asuna's playing on Raze, Showstopper also more powerful than what he had on Reyna. Farming that B main orb is not easy. In case, could be a flash in and they split on. Automatic with the Bucky though, that's one. Hiko peeks through, but Nitro's on the back side. There's a flash to push Still. Skadoodle gets it with the Nano Swarm to deny. Still's gonna go forward with it though.
And a swarm will at least delay Skadoodle for now, but now as the smoke subsides, Dazed will send Steel down. A 2v2 with the injured Sova. And we'll set up a crossfire in a main. Now it's up to T1 to defuse. They have a Hunter's Fury. They can try to clear out a particular angle if they so choose. They could be anywhere. Heaven, hell, in and around the generator. It's planted. Or that hell side, but there's a wall up, there's the peak, there's the swing, and Nitro will clean them all up. Well done for Sage. And 100 Thieves now lead by 3, building some momentum ever so slightly.
Nitro just shuts it down. T1's like, oh, we got a chance. We just won guns. We're able to actually fight into this. But no, they swing Heaven. Nitro's there with the spray down. Four to 1. Momentum completely shattered for T1 leaving off of Icebox. You expected it to start off strong, especially after winning that pistol round, but instantly the force back. Good stuff. So, the default from 100 Thieves is always Hiko and Steel over towards A main. Asuna and Nitro over towards B. We saw that even when Nitro was playing on Omen, but Ethan joins them as well. Instead of where Dicey was playing over towards A main as well. Quick over towards Cat. Is there going to be anything here for Asuna to clear? He peeks behind the box. I like that. That's nice. Flashpoint available for Skadoodle here, though. With automatic there, it's going to be the drone. No perfect timing. But he still gets one over top of the edge of that catwalk. Ethan goes down, and that with that, smokes are down too.
Look at this patient play. They're just so careful, checking every corner, checking every angle, but Hiko, the arrows fly. And now they break open onto the A side, have complete control. Steel all the way wrapped up in Heaven, and T1 will save him. Does he find the peak here? Yes! Another one right in the bag of goodies for 100 Thieves. But it was the Hunter's Fury to Group 2 in Garden. 2 frags for Hiko.
The crazy part about that, though, is like Ethan losing smokes. It's like, that's a big deal. But they weren't even planning on that. They were already planning to Hunter's Fury and walk up dry through tree. The way that plays out and push it as fast as possible. Get the kills while everybody's worried about getting tagged down. Curry's going to try to hold on. Yes, he gets it against Nitro, but 2 more. They're going to swing. He only gets one and not able to recover. I believe that might have been an op for Cider. Can't quite tell. No, I don't think so. I didn't see it on the floor.
I swear he had it, but you could be right. You could be right. It's a little bit tricky. Regardless, 100 Thieves up by 4. Okay, things are starting to build up a little bit. We're getting flashbacks back to Icebox, but unfortunately the shoe's on the other foot. It's 100 Thieves in the driver's seat here, and it's feeling good. It's looking good. It's an eco for T1, potentially 6-1 in favor of 100 Thieves. It's been so controlled. It's been so tense. 100 Thieves are not cracking under the pressure.
Last round, T1 worked so hard to control Cat. And they did. I mean, automatic combined for 1 with the flash from Skadoodle. It's well timed. This time, Skadoodle's over towards Market. It's automatic and Spider close up in the same crossfire. No flash this time, although they still have the Omen flash, so still doable.
Steel and Nitro working their way up. Even on these eco rounds, both teams are playing so respectful, so slow. You know, on a round like this, on an eco like this, there could be shorties on the other side, there could be frenzies, there could be anything, and there could be a Spider. Catches Asuna right in the web. Automatic there beside the flower pot. The tree will sprout into a frag, but Nitro waiting on the opposite front, dazed with another one, and things are looking a little bit more doable for the Thrifty. The bargain bin is working huge. Hiko gets dinked. Shot dart right on over. Skadoodle gets taken down. And it all falls onto the shoulders of Curry. He's looking for an upgrade and he can find it. Now, this 1v2. Can he pull it off? Spike being planted. A player towards that wine cellar side. It's Hiko. Don't think he's got... I think he has one more shock dart left. But it's Ethan. You don't need the bow and arrow. You've got the frag with the Vandal. And that's 6 for 100 Thieves.
Trying to think back in terms of clutches in this series. We had a lot on Haven, but most of them went to 100 Thieves. Icebox, not so much. It was mostly 1 rounds straight up from T1. And now the fact that T1 is down, their clutch is not coming through at all. Even in 2vx situations. Many times. I mean, you remember the round where they basically did the same thing. Winning in tree, getting the guns back, and then trying to challenge on the post plant. But when he goes in those situations, when Ethan is also and Nitro 2 combining, doesn't quite matter what guns you bring into the situation. They are feeling themselves in the clutch today.
Today's where it matters, Bala. Both of you were knocked down. Now have to fight for your tournament life.
A little bit. It could have been easy if they had just won their first game, but both of them
just
now.
win, Forehead.
I know. I mean, think about it though. Like
You should run.
the 100 Thieves could have been, if they had won their game against NRG, they could have been going up against FaZe. Now, this match, not only are they facing off elimination, but the next match that they have to do tomorrow against the loser of TSM and LG, ridiculous. Okay, A site or B site take right now. Asuna's got showstopper deep. Actually find one. Lockdown forces everybody out, and Asuna with more space control with the showstopper. Spike's not even here, by the way. And I think T1 know it.
There's a cross here for automatic as well. Doesn't catch the spike carrier, but will find Nitro. That's the resurrection down, so if things do get a little bit crazy, won't be able to bring someone back into the fold. A quick trade between Steel and Dazed. And now the spike goes down, the 3v3 retake. They've both have smokes available. But for T1, they've got a little bit more utility with the Hunter's Fury. Straight towards the cave, you can clear that easy peasy. But if this round ends up becoming sour, it definitely will be a couple of lemons as well. Ethan, shot's good. Oh, the tag, another one. That's Hiko finding automatic. Recon bolt on up. Shot's good onto another, and they'll just hold on to this, but Daze has something to say about it. Not strong enough, not fast enough. Definitely not Hiko enough. The 3K on the round. 6 up, 7-1. It's been domination from 100 Thieves since the pistol.
This looks like the 100 Thieves we got against Andbox. This looks like the 100 Thieves we got against LG in Challengers 2. It almost looks even better. These rounds are beautiful. Just like T1's rounds on Icebox. Default, slow. This time it was a little confusing the way that they were on site without Spike for so long. The lockdown used as well. Maybe trying to bait out the rotations, and they did down mid. It was Automatic who tried to rotate through. Actually tried to spot the cross, given the fact that they knew Spike was not anywhere near that B site. I think Nitro was the one to challenge him from top mid. The fact that he did that, by the way, made it so he didn't spot the cross. In any case. Nice shot from Ethan on the cat. He can TP out of here as well. Aftershock, no, he doesn't choose to do it. And he loses his life, 4v4 now.
That was also the Blade Storm gone for Spider. That's gonna hurt as well. Skadoodle with the Spectre is able to nullify and dwindle those odds ever so slightly. Another one's gonna come right into his open arms. Finds Steel. This soft buy round, especially with a lot of this presence towards the mid side, has thwarted a lot of early intel from 100 Thieves. They're just trying to bring this round back into the fray. There is a Rolling Thunder available, but he holds off.
He's by himself. That's why he didn't want to do it. If one person doesn't get caught by that Rolling Thunder, you'll get caught unaware because you're so focused on trying to chase down those kills. 25 seconds now for 100 Thieves. It's Nitro and Hiko, of course, but with the addition of Ethan as well.
Vault line coming through. Pushes Skadoodle off the angle. Now as they start to come off through, Skadoodle with the mow down. Even after Ethan fell, his body still went up and went back down by the Rolling Thunder. He was already dead, man. Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone.
That's brutal. Avert your eyes. So they break the streak. That was 6 in a row. They break the streak now because of good play from Skadoodle and the way that they fought back in mid. 100 Thieves challenges that too. With no real staying power in that, they don't have the flash ability that T1 does have. They have to take things a little slower and methodical rather than just flash peeking and backing off. No Jet either to escape fights like that. You recall the first instance though, Ethan getting stuck in that cubby with the aftershock and not Shrouded stepping away. Default quickly leaves over towards A though, and we've seen this story before. Spider will try to challenge, but this could be a dash. He gets the kill. There you go.
No flash needed. But still now 100 Thieves going to try to pick up the pieces. No resurrection available.
Did farm the orb there for Hiko. He's got Hunter's Fury now. Are they going to creep through the smoke? I think they might. I think there's going to be a wall and a double peek through the smoke. There's the paranoia. Both sides of the smoke. He clears it and Ethan gets it, but
wow.
Traded out by Daze. Wall's out now. Automatic stuck behind.
Spike planted.
Hiko alive and Steel with the flank down in A main. He actually takes out Curry. Has to start the large run back towards B. That might actually cost him. They're hitting now.
Uh-oh, Nitro in trouble. Automatic teleports right on top of his wall. Steel's got to get her quick. He's a little bit too late to the party, but there is a Hunter's Fury. Partner that up with Steel, now trying to push them off. Wait, there's a counter Hunter's Fury? What is happening? Daze trying to get some shots through, but Spike is taking Steel. You have to make it up to heaven fast. Now the defuse starts to come through. He's down for the count. 31 HP. Hiko, you don't have a lot of time. The arches are being defended, and the defuse for T1. A small glimmer of hope. Another round on the board.
And that flank could have been huge from Steel. It could have been. He was just in time too. But unfortunately the window not broken. Glass still up, and it makes the sound cue. So the jig is up and Steel gets knocked down instantly on the sights. Could have worked, but unfortunately it does not. Good stuff from T1 as well to avoid the Hunter's Fury and have the counter. Of course, it didn't actually connect on the Hiko. He stays alive, but there you go. 2 in a row now for T1. 2 rounds left. Trying to make it back towards 7-5. That would be ideal. Spider gonna take aggressive peek.
Uh-oh. 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 Asuna will fall. Paranoia to try to follow suit, but your comrade is gone. There is no bringing him back. Maybe. Don't know how many points Nitro has for the resurrection. Does he have one more in the tank? Steel has already been working towards this A side. Hasn't gotten a lot of this catwalk control, but there's 2 members on the site itself. He's gonna need to wrap around. He gets rid of this glass. He's gonna be in a lot of trouble. But Skadoodle, like, who holds that angle? Who sits there? Steel's gonna get taken down. And now it's just 3 sprinting on over towards this A site, but Automatic and Curry are ready.
Flash to the delay, switch to spots. They're gonna be able to spot. That leaves Curry in an awkward spot, but cages are up.
Great spot for Skadoodle initially, but now Automatic in an even better spot. Ethan finds one, but guess what? Spike carrier down. Aftershock puts Ethan in trouble. He's gonna have to teleport, but Automatic, give him 1, give him 2, definitely give him 3.
Last round in
And that's
the half.
4 now on the board for T1 as they strike towards 5. Yeah, we can count. Look at us casters. We went through 3rd grade. Did I learn counting in 3rd grade? Sheesh.
Listen, Vansili warned us about this, okay? No doing math on air. We took a risk. We got it right. Let's just walk away with our victory, okay?
Oh, boy. So you mentioned how Steel pushed all the way up in that tree that round. Remember how aggressive T1 has been playing on Cat every single time. It almost feels like they're fighting back against that. Steel sees that they're not doing that. You say, hold on. There might be a gap here. They might be trying to do something else and momentarily leaving tree open, but Skadoodle's actually 5 steps ahead in the mind games of this wonderful match. No early pick this time from Spider, and that has been a key factor in why they're able to fight back in these rounds so well. Sometimes it's A main with the dash away, sometimes, like last round, it's B main with the operator. This time, though, he's not taking the early angles. So first blood not going to happen. It's going to be a full Skype execute, but Skadoodle's here twice with a flash.
Oh, Ethan backside wins the duel against Curry. 100 Thieves now have a little bit more control. Shot's gonna be against Skadoodle in a lot of trouble. He's in the smoke and he's in danger. Nitro pushes up, but Spider's there with the op. Spike now planted, and it's a 3v4 retake for T1. How will they make this work? Steel in the pizza. Recon Bolt gonna be destroyed, so now he's got to get out of there. And Nanoswarm is gonna help out. There's the turret. 6 men in the lobby, and Steel will find the frag. Down to 2. Lockdown available. Spider does manage to find Steel and another pick. Now it's the 2v2, but the spike is still ticking. They don't have a lot of time. Ethan's in a great spot. That felt a little delayed, but the shot's good regardless. And now Spider, he's going to be looking to try to take them apart as they try to exit, looking for anything for the return.
Last half, last chance for these teams to clap back against each other. It's been a wild series, but as we're in freeze time, a couple things on that last round. Beautiful play from Steel to play behind his turret to take down the 1 in mid, and then the lockdown to stop it out, forcing them to buy time. Also, Ethan in sight playing against Skadoodle, who tried to push him down. If he lost that fight, it would have been brutal, but instead he has the wherewithal to push behind that box and spray instead. On this pistol, it's going to be a quick approach down mid for T1. There's going to be a flash from Skadoodle into market, potentially with a dash, but no, they closed the door, and that actually might thwart what T1 was planning to do instantly.
I like that from 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves from 100 Thieves. For T1, they like to push up the middle quite often, even with this new adaptation, even with this new roster. T1 love playing around the mid side on Ascent, especially on attack. So to get that door down, expect to see a lot of that come through. Using that door to the advantage. Usually the defense suffers from having that door closed against them on the retake, but to put it down in a great position is beneficial to them. Now the smoke's going to go down on this A hit. Nitro up on the wall. They're not coming in from that long side, from the A main side. There is a player there. They're coming through catwalk, and there's a lot of utility stopping them from pushing forward.
He goes there and they push back through the smoke. Yeah, Shock back to push Automatic back, and they trade that really nicely. Skadoodle responds, but not before losing Spider too, and now a 4 versus 3, and they're walled off on the A site. Daze has nowhere to go. Skadoodle and Curry left wondering what to do. Daze will find a Shock Dart kill on Asuna though, and that might open things up, but quickly there's gonna be a flank through tree.
Ethan's coming around. Hiko has to delay for as long as he can. Unfortunately, can't make that magic happen. Steel late on the rotate over towards the A side. Ethan coming into the tree room. Body peek. It does get spotted out by Dazed, and now the 2v3. Flash available. Steel working his way through the heaven side, has the turret, the sixth man in the lobby, now the swing, they take it down and they get underneath, and the flash will allow them to repeat the angle. Ethan will fall. Brutal. As it's now on to Steel. Just down to him, playing towards the heaven side, has to win a 1v3, the 360 with the classic. Not gonna be enough in T1. They are able to close the gap ever so slightly, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Gonna give them a little bit of hope moving into the second half.
Important pistol round. They were down 4. Similar to what happened against on Icebox. They won the pistol round there and basically sealed the fate. Of course, this is a much smaller gap. 100 Thieves with a significant advantage out of that second half. So them winning there, looks like it will be a force for Steel. A Bucky, of course. Everybody else just late buying. Might be 2 rounds in a row for Steel with a Bucky in any case. Same halftime score, by the way. Or actually, one better for 100 Thieves than on Haven, where they won the attacking side 7-5. Their defensive side was even better. Showed some brilliance there. So hopefully there's something like that for 100 Thieves. And hopefully T1 can bring the level of excellence they brought on their attacking side of Icebox.
Hundred Thieves. Force up here for Steel signifies that they want to stack towards the A site with the pistols they have, hoping to try and find some success. Maybe leave it up to chance for Steel to anticipate a quick rush onto site and fend them off with the Bucky. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out on the initial push for A main, but now this is Steel's chance with the Bucky to show us what he's got.
Nothing for Hiko. Spider around the corner still is there. But yeah, Bucky spotted. Doesn't know where he is.
Seconds left.
Couple flashpoints later. And he's fully dazed. 100 Thieves now, just 2. And yeah, not going to find much. It might be a flawless 2. Nitro's coming through market. Door is closed. Nice slow start from T1. I thought for a moment that they might end up kind of taking the bait after that push. I thought that 100 Thieves pushing A main, the fact that they only lost 1, pushing them all the way back, and the fact that they responded with like a lot of utility and falling back. Maybe 100 Thieves goes for the quick stack on B, but no. So T1 is able to take it very nicely. Nitro maybe gonna get a kill here.
Close. Close. You know, 100 Thieves can afford to lose a round here or there. This is where, you know, we expect that momentum to swing back on that third round for the gun round here. But Steel back to the Bucky. He was the only one that forced up in that prior round. That first half really started out phenomenally for 100 Thieves. We saw 7 in a row after the pistol.
Yeah.
But A4 is still competitive for T1. They're managing to bring it back here with the initial start. 2 rounds separates these teams, and if T1 can convert on this bonus, then their chances of eliminating 100 Thieves are much higher.
Did Skadoodle forget to buy armor there? I think he might have, because he upgraded to Bucky from a ghost basically that round. He has a lot of money. Drone come to come. That's going to pop the Nanostorm for Steel to delay at least a little bit. But yeah, this Bucky, they know now that this might actually be a time to approach. Spider's going to dash through. Yeah, take out Steel. The weakness in the setup is there in the Bucky. If these lose 1 and T1, now poised in this post plant. Look at Curry, by the way, all the way on the other side. Asuna might smell him out. Yes, he does.
He's not going to take that duel. He's going to back away, wait for his team to...
All the way attacking spawn? That's crazy. What a route for Curry to take, but I think he has enough time.
He's got to run. He can't hide. He needs to get here quickly. T1 have gotten the control, but they need to hold on to it. Asuna with 1 so far. The Recombo's going to try to tag a couple of members around. Hiko with the shock dart. They are taking it apart bit by bit. The diffuse is starting to come through, and they don't have the angle there. They will just stick it. The spray's not good enough, and 100 Thieves will answer back the clap to extend that lead by 3.
I thought for a moment that he might actually get the spray through, but no. Ethan with the body block to secure the defuse after T1 got the first pick on the Steel. We talked about a weakness there, but clearly the fact that Curry was so far away and the fact that Asuna sniffs it out and does not lose his life there means that that entire time that they're fighting on site, while Spike is down and they start their initial spray through the bottom of the floor, they actually push through door. They're down a man, essentially. They're playing 3 versus 4 on that retake instead of 4 versus 4. And that costs them. They don't have the space. What a shot. Come on, man. What is that?
Nitro turns on the NOS with the boost. Can see right over through the arches. Finds that opening pick onto Spider. Push can still come to fruition here. Steal up on Heaven in a little bit of a tighter spot. There is a player about to plant. It's Skadoodle. The nanoswarms have been dangerous, but he's got to deal with the sprays coming in from all angles. He's still alive somehow, some way. The showstopper goes vertical, and they will take apart T1 bit by bit, leaving only Curry to salvage the pieces. This puts 100 Thieves at double digits. Double digits.
It's only 4 rounds. It's only 4 rounds, but these rounds have looked brutal. The last 2, I mean, come on. Even when they had a man down in that situation on the retake, that was just brutal how they actually cleaned it out. They basically lost nobody. And that time too, they get the man advantage with a ridiculous shot from Nitro up towards top mid onto Spider. And then they hold strong on that A site. You have to wonder now if T1 is ever going to go back towards that A site. Probably not. But maybe they can force some sort of concession. Looks like we got a pause tact for T1. And yeah, they've got to figure out something. How to approach, which site to go. How does his default change up? That's quite. Those last 2 rounds were not what you wanted. They were so good from 100 Thieves. The flawless last time. What do you change though? Because we've already seen a switch for 100 Thieves. They have Steel over towards B this time, playing the market, and they've got a double up. Asuna and Nitro over towards A.
Take flight.
And it's also just Steel consistently changing up his positioning. You don't want to condition them. I mean, he tends to lean a little bit heavier towards the B side, so he wanted to get a couple of reps in towards A to bring in, to strike the fear into the hearts of T1. If you go A, those nano swarms are going to chunk you. Clearing out the wine cellar. Asuna and Nitro are here. Slow orb, now we're in trouble, but the TP out to safety. Automatic will back away. This is the eco round for T1. Should be around 400 Thieves to clean up, and it starts with this opening pick onto Spider, which means it's going exactly on trend.
Shot from Steel 2 onto Dazed. You go 1 by 1 right now for T1, but and just pistols, so not too concerned about it, but might be a trend later on. Nice play from Nitro.
Oh, that's
not a spot you usually see a Sage in, but with the wall he gets up and knows that that can lead a space where people will try to
30
clear.
seconds left.
Curry with 2 cages to kind of confuse whether their position stays crossed or not, but and now it's over. Still knows. Although does he know that he's past the nanoswarm?
Last player standing.
yeah, you don't have a lot of time.
Doesn't matter.
he was doing this whole James Bond bit, you know, he got past the sharks and the float in lava, and then tries to sneak on underneath. The big bad boss Steel will find him. Now we're at 6-11. A gun round for T1. You have to convert here. You have to. Let's have a look at the lay of the land. We have the Blade Storm, we have the Rolling Thunder, and we have a Hunter's Fury. Post-plant position for Dazed. Skadoodle to entry onto site. And maybe if Curry finds an orb, you can try to get that neural theft and gather intel based off of the picks that come through. This is a round that you desperately need to put one on the board to stop the bleeding. 100 of these are just going to run away with the match.
Yeah.
You don't want to be losing 13-7 or 13-6 and be eliminated after such a dominant performance on Icebox.
Right here.
They've got to find impact with these ults. They have to. Once again, Spider in mid by himself. He's tagged. All right. Owl Drone of Eco into spawn, and they've got a crossfire that will be very brutal if they actually take this. But no, he go get smoked off, so Steel can't play. He's coming to the molly.
Wow.
That's his own. That's brilliant.
Oh, and he
That's
gets
gorgeous.
And he gets out
Gets
too.
away too with Hiko's spam as well. That's just so nice. Pushing through his own. Molly in that case, the Nano Swarm doesn't do as much damage. And he catches one unaware, completely spider down again. Curry does find one though, and automatic. They respond in kind, B-side open.
But the spike's at tiles. They don't have it yet. They got to go back and get it. They have all this control. Neural Theft will gather the intel. Still have the Rolling Thunder. Still have the Hunter's Fury available. Nitro inching closer, has the resurrection, and maybe looking for that res. There it comes through. He goes back in the fray, but now they want to push back in. Curry will take down 3. He finally finds the trade here for Ethan, but it's a 2v2. Spray through. Asuna caught with the paint shell out. Ethan down to 30 HP. The snail walk for automatic finds its mark onto Ethan. Now it's the duel, and it's a victory for T1. They will find a round that they desperately needed.
Dude, if they lost that round, oh my goodness, that was going to be hard for them to recover from. Not only, obviously, in the match status, that would have been match point, but also mentally. They were up so many after steal. Yeah, he got Spider to start off, but then they clapped back with 2 instantly. So it was a 4 versus 3. Got even more after that, and things started to go haywire after that resurrection from Nitro onto Ethan. But they make it work any case. Nice crossfire to end the round, stairs and whatnot. Spike up top mid, there's a lot of pressure here. Asuna tries to find something before the smoke goes down. Actually, there's a gap. Oh no, they realize. I think Daze does. No, he doesn't. He's not looking in this direction, but the smoke fades anyway, so he will know now, but there could be a flash
Off your feet!
from Ethan. No, it's a Rolling Thunder towards A. Does that catch Nitro? It does, so they should have the sight.
Good cage here as well. Delays Asuna for the time being. But Curry, as he tries to walk through a great crossfire setup for Ethan. So much control. 100 Thieves here towards that mid side, but Dazed, he's going back towards that catwalk in a position as the flank now starts to try to come through. T1 still holding on to the spike, but guess what? He's going to track him, buy a little bit of time, even if it's a millisecond, and he's got this post-plant Hunter's Fury he can now use, but they will try to push them back. Lockdown here with Steel. Hunter's Fury available, the shot through underneath. Hunter's Fury now going to start to come through. Will it take out the lockdown? Yes, yes it will. Automatic trades. Ethan with 3, still down to Daze. Spike is sticking. They're diffusing. Smoke is down. The push comes in. Here to swing. There's one. One more is all he needs. The clutch for Dazed.
He keeps T1 alive for just a little bit longer here. Staves off another match point possibility for 100 Thieves and wins the 1 versus 2 and one that was very close once again. But it doesn't matter how close these rounds are at this point. We're not studying for anything right here. That lockdown from Steel was nice. It baited out the Hunter's Fury, which could have been used for that post plant, and also forced Daze to play off of the site. And once again, remember the round that I talked about how Curry had to rotate around the entire time? It was Daze this time, not really fighting with this team as they took the site, but in any case, it works out because he's got nerves of steel. The big iron back again. 8-11 now. That 4-round gap has been cut from T1 down to 3.
Isn't it ironic that he's got nerves of steel? I mean, what did that mean? I don't know.
Come on, man. That's a reach. Come on, man. Oh, he just
Wait.
actually confirmed that.
Wait, he's in?
What?
Oh, he's in. Do they know? I don't think they do.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Flash out. Automatic. He's still below. Smokes are down. In a great position, and they managed to make their way onto the site. At least Spider for now. But automatic, he can play off on the jump up angle. Asuna from the tree room. Steel still on the B site. Not convinced. It's the A execute. No utility in terms of ultimates, but there is from the shadows here available for Ethan. Now the plant comes in. Curry still waiting for the flank. Doc Dart will deny the plant for now, but still there's enough time. Automatic. Still on this jump up angle. They are trying to flush him out, but he is holding strong. And now the smoke will reset the retake.
Dude, look how much Steel is waiting for this lurk from Curry. So much time elapsed now. Spike's been ticking for about 10 seconds. Daze is gonna peek this spot 2 indoor, but it doesn't matter for Asuna. He gets one. Ethan 2, another one. This looks terrible now. T1 has to try something again. Dazed And Curry will back off towards main, but it's 5 versus 2.
Yeah, they have an angle here as well. Nitro with the op. Now he's going to go fishing for one more Dazed. He's got nothing that he can do. The walking turret comes in. He will find at least one, and now he'll try to hold on to this Vandal. 100 Thieves are not going to go fishing. Match point, Bala, for tournament life. T1 need 4 to take us to OT. Do they have what it takes?
Haven't quite seen a closer match than this so far. 13-8 was Haven. 100 Thieves look to close out the exact same scoreline. To survive. To have a chance to play tomorrow for Masters 1. That's what's on the line here for 100 Thieves, and you know this is where they live for. These moments right here when all the pressure is on to close out a match like this, and it looks bad for T1 right now. 2 sheriffs have to be bought in.
Cover going out.
Tough spot to be in if you're T1. 100 Thieves have everything going for them. Economy's looking good. They can take a hit on the chin for a couple of rounds and still come out the better. Eco with the Hunter's Fury. See if that provides impact. Curry here with the Sheriff. There was one more. I believe that was on to Spider. A-side hit's going to come quick. And there's nobody there. They're going to play for retake here, 100 Thieves. Oh. Oh!
No.
Not like this.
That's the dagger. Hunter's Fury also to deny the plant. He gets it on the Spider. No. T1 falling apart in the final moments. 2 players left. It's Skadoodle and Dazed against 5.
Ethan is going to find another one. Skadoodle
30 seconds
tiptoeing
left.
through the tulips, but he's caught in a dream. Dazed finds his mark onto one, but he's in a 1v4. 100 Thieves will swarm him. They will take him apart, and 100 Thieves will move on to face the loser of Luminosity TSM tomorrow, and T1 have been eliminated for their chance at Masters.
And it's the new guy with the dagger. Ethan comes on to 100 Thieves, and he makes them, secures the game for them in that final moment with the 3K on Catwalk. A different look that they had on that entire defensive side. They've been giving up that A site over and over and over, and T1